Now, one of the things that we discussed last time is that the penetration rate for new energy vehicles in July for the very first time exceeded 50%. I mean, still on the screen, you'll notice that the penetration for new energy vehicles in China in July came in at around 50.7%, which therefore means gas cars only accounted, or full gas cars only accounted for 49.3% in the month of June, which is something that is pretty exciting, especially looking at our favorite EV, NIO, right? Because the more we see new energy vehicles penetrating the Chinese market, is the more we're going to see EV cars like NIO flourishing, doing so well in the Chinese market. This is something that we've discussed. Now, the reason why I'm telling you about this is that this week we saw that from the 1st to the 18th of August, the penetration rate just went over 54%. Now, this is more good news for EV makers or automakers like NIO, because like I said, the more we see this penetration rate increasing, is the more we are going to see EV makers like NIO flourishing, doing well in the Chinese market. This is something that when I saw this report coming from CNF Post, which of course they got it from the China Passenger Car Association, it made me to be really excited of what we are going to see in the future in the streets of China when it comes to this new energy vehicle market. I mean, it is obvious that the kind of penetration rate that we are seeing from China, it's way over than what was expected. A lot of people are starting to be comfortable buying the new energy vehicle cars or EV cars like NIO, and it is because of car companies like NIO that have been deploying infrastructure, making sure that the frustrations that we see from people who have bought full EV cars or hybrid cars of charging their cars, stress, going to long queues because there are not enough chargers out there to charge their cars, it comes down because they are aggressively deploying as many chargers as possible out there to not only cater for their new users, but to everyone that buys hybrid EV cars, which is something that is pretty amazing, pretty great, because the more we see the infrastructure deployment, is the more content we'll get of people worried of not having enough chargers, of people fighting for charging infrastructures or chargers when they get to charging station, which is something that is pretty amazing. And the numbers are proving that people are becoming more and more comfortable, which is why we are seeing the penetration rate of new energy vehicle cars increasing. And the more we see infrastructure being deployed in the streets of China, is the more we are going to see companies like NIO, our very own NIO, doing well in terms of sales, because people are going to be comfortable buying your NIOs, your Onvos, and other brands, which that will result or bring in more success into companies like NIO. So I'm happy to see that the penetration rate, it's now even better than the penetration rate we saw for the month of July. I mean, 54%. This is very good. And one of the things, or another thing that is really fueling this to happen, is because the Chinese government has been giving out or dishing out subsidies to those that buy EV cars or new energy vehicle cars, and also gas cars. But the difference is that for gas cars, as I said in the video I did yesterday or 2 days ago, gas cars, when the people are swapping their old cars for gas cars, they get 15,000 RMB, whereas if people are swapping their old cars for new energy vehicle cars, they are getting 20,000 RMB. So those subsidies are the ones that are bringing or boosting the new energy vehicle market into having quite a number of people, or more people buying new energy vehicle cars over of course the gas cars. I mean, I'm excited about this. I mean, when we saw the stat, or when we read the stats indicating that 640,000 applications have been sent through by Chinese consumers applying or wanting to get these subsidies in 2 months, it made me to be really excited, and it shows us the kind of progress China is making when it comes to new energy vehicles market, which is showing us or proves us one thing, and that is companies like NIO are not going anywhere. Companies like NIO will continue doing very well as the new energy vehicle market penetrates more China, we are going to see, of course, companies like NIO flourishing. As I have said it before, I will say it again. In the next 3 to 5 years, we might be easily seeing the new energy vehicle market having a penetration rate of over 80%, because the more NIO and other companies deploy or aggressively deploy infrastructure, the less concerns we are going to get from consumers being worried about chargers not being enough, which is something that it's great or it's amazing, and it gives us hope and confidence when we are investing into EV stocks like NIO. So tell me what you think about this. I mean, when I read this personally, I was very excited to say that, I mean, we just finished the month of July and we saw the penetration rate sitting over 50% for the very first time, and it's now seeing the market from the 1st to the 18th at 54%. This is something that is incredible, and it is bullish to EV stocks like NIO, and therefore I'm going to continue loading the boat, increasing my holdings onto EV stocks like NIO, because I believe that blue sky is coming. Those that are increasing their holdings, they're investing onto these companies, are definitely showcase going to be rewarded. And of course, these are my opinions, right? I think we shall be rewarded, because the more the more this market or new energy vehicles market penetrates the market, it's the more we're going to see companies like NIO reporting more and more success. So I'm happy, I'm excited. Tell me what you think about this. But as for me, these are bullish news. These are some of the catalysts that will give or fuel EV stocks like NIO to continue doing well. But otherwise, with all that, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. NIO has been showing also the progress of growing, which shows you that it is as a result of also the penetration of the new energy vehicle market. I mean, we've been seeing NIO selling over 20,000 deliveries for the past 3 months, and this coming week we might see NIO selling or reporting over 20,000 vehicles for the 4th month in a row, which is something that we look forward to. And this is as a result of the penetration of the new energy vehicle market, which we have been seeing coming in the streets of China. I'm happy, I'm excited about this, and I just thought I'd just give you these quick updates. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Do your own due diligence before you buy the NIO stock, because this stock is quite volatile, and therefore it requires you to do some due diligence, so that at least you're comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.